welcome to Celebrity Vibes. Selena Gomez and Chris Evans are done protecting human beings that by no means care about their relationship. Selena Gomez is performed staying quiet. We will injury it all down for you. But in the previous then we proceed, please. If you are new to this channel, please take a minute of your treasure time to subscribe and hit the notification bell for big updates. Let's dive into the video. The rare singer who simply dropped her most revealing album, but said in a new interview that she used to be terrified of pronouncing anything. I would locate myself defending human beings that in no way blanketed me or cared for me, Gomez, 27, told Billboard. And I wouldn't prefer to say the incorrect thing, and I wouldn't choose humans to assume that I had any different motive, different than simply being a variety man or woman, even though that is who I am, and I am proud of that. The pop big name most currently confirmed she wasn't afraid to talk her thinking in November, when she defended friend Taylor Swift in her ongoing feud in opposition to Scooter Braun and Scott Borchetta, Big Machine label group, over the possession of some of Swift's grasp recordings. I used to be simply done, you know. Just carried out being silent, and I felt like I deserved to have a second for myself, after going via so much, and throwing that all into this album, she said. It wasn't even a notion in my thinking, that I used to be doing the incorrect thing. Gomez has long passed through various struggles over latest years, including her warfare with lupus and present process a kidney transplant, her public breakups with exes Justin Bieber and The Weeknd, and her stint in rehab for intellectual health. I assume I obtained to a region the place I simply said, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm no longer gonna be afraid of it, she said. And humans may react, then again they may react. However, I comprehend that I'm proud of placing out the song that I did with the content material that it has, due to the fact I desire nothing extra than to relate to humans, and I favor them to understand that they're no longer alone, and that all of these emotions are totally normal. She added, they watched me develop up, so I suppose this used to be an essential album for me to talk up. Her songs Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now are about her 2014 breakup with Bieber. Crowded Room is rumored to be about her 2017 relationship with The Weeknd, and A Sweeter Place references her lupus prognosis and intellectual fitness struggles. After laying matters naked on her present-day album, Selena Gomez is over Justin Bieber hurting her for good. In a new interview posted on September 24, the 28-year-old singer opened up to Rolling Stone about how 2020's Rare helped her to entirely cross on from that length in her life. When followers first heard Rare, it used to be clear that many of the songs on the album have been about a tumultuous romance and a couple of breakups with Justin. Tracks like Lose You to Love Me and Feel Me hinted at the heartbreak of their notoriously on-again, off-again relationship that ran its path for 8 years. I desired humans to take away that this used to be experience and that it was once absolutely closed, she shared with Rolling Stone. Both Justin and Selena have moved on after their relationship ended for excellent in 2018. That year, Justin married mannequin Hailey Baldwin, and the pair have remained collectively since. Meanwhile, Selena is transferring on in different ways. I don't choose humans to see me as simply unhappy and hurt. I didn't favor that anymore, Selena told Rolling Stone. I desired human beings to comprehend that I skilled something real, and that phase of me is over. The singer went on to provide an explanation for how her center of attention on tune has been the biggest area for transformation yet. There was once a time when she wasn't inspired with the aid of much, she admits, till she in the end lowered back to the studio with newfound purpose. From that factor on, I centered on developing extra songs that have been lyrically about transformation and vulnerability and heartbreak, she explained. It felt like the material was once really, truly strong, and I used to be very pleased about it. I suppose that turning into extra worried than I ever have been in the making of the album helped me obtain self-assurance and empowered me completely. I took manage over what I was once going to say, what I used to be going to do. Part of that self-assurance can virtually be considered in Selena's effective 12 months so far. The singer has launched her very own cooking exhibit on HBO Max, and after her Rolling Stone profile, Sel took to Instagram to flaunt a scar that she'd hidden for years from her kidney surgery. Because of her previous struggles, Gomez says her best stuff is occurring now. Selena Gomez is possibly simply as celebrated for her intellectual fitness advocacy as she is for her wildly profitable acting, singing, and entrepreneurial pursuits. And in a recent interview with the Newsette, Gomez identified that one couldn't exist barring the other. In the interview, Gomez and her mother, Mandy Tiffy, spoke overtly about their respective intellectual fitness struggles. Gomez these days published that she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and how the ongoing restoration technique has affected their work. When requested whether or not Gomez's renewed focus on intellectual fitness and being happier made it less complicated to launch her newest album than her preceding albums, the celebrity said, "None of what I'm doing now would have stemmed from the attitude I had before. My fine stuff is going on now." In particular, she stated that her hard romantic experiences stimulated some of that work, inclusive of the album's first single, Lose You to Love Me, which may additionally or can also no longer be a commentary on her 2018 breakup with Justin Bieber. Gomez continued, "The biggest aspect ever in my track used to be Lose You to Love Me. I keep in mind I had a second the place I couldn't consider it, due to the fact the first and second day, the reactions had been crazy, and I have in mind I smiled, and I used to be like, that's why it's well worth it. All of these years of confusion and being in love, and all of this stuff and it used to be sooner or later easy slate." Gomez additionally diagnosed that she wouldn't have been capable to adapt that advantageous mindset, except having sought expert help, and having get admission to it. "That's why I've constantly had desires of having facilities like Planned Parenthood, however simply committed to intellectual health," she said. "I agree with intellectual fitness care ought to be available to everyone. Whether or not it includes opening a countrywide community of free intellectual fitness clinics, fingers crossed, though, we're excited to see how Gomez's advocacy work continues to evolve, and, other fingers crossed, encourage greater tune in the future." Gomez and Evans have been noticed leaving the Identical studio on October 1st in Los Angeles, with the pair reportedly working on an upcoming film together. If this is the case, Evans has been linked to various of his co-stars in the previous, such as Jenny Slate, Jessica Biel and Sandra Bullock, so romance between the pair ought to blossom. Interestingly, the duo was once additionally considered leaving the Equal restaurant countless days later, though it looks that Gomez and Evans left separately. Selena Gomez and Chris Evans may additionally be the most modern Hollywood strength couple, and we can't end ourselves from freaking out. Before we go into why the two are being linked, it's integral to recognize that these are in simple terms fan theories, and neither Selena nor Chris nor all of us shut to them has spoken publicly about it. Fans have been sporting their Sherlock Holmes hats for a while now, making an attempt to discern out if the Captain America actor and the pop singer are dating, and it all started out with Chris following Selena on Instagram, which he nonetheless does. Some followers discovered, in accordance to Just Jared, that on October 1st, the two of them had been determined leaving the Identical Los Angeles studio, however no longer together. On every other occasion, the singer and the actor have been curiously photographed leaving the Equal restaurant. That's no longer the case. Selena Gomez described Chris Evans as really attractive, and admitted to having a crush on him all through a look on Watch What Happens Live in 2015. Despite the reality that the software has been on the air for a lengthy time, Gomez's announcement has reappeared on Twitter, owing to contemporary events. Selena Gomez was once beforehand linked to Justin Bieber, however the singer married Hailey first Earl Baldwin of Bewdley, after the two break up. Chris used to be linked to actress Lily James' final year, however none of them verified the relationship. As we all know, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez had a rocky relationship. So what's going on now? Justin Bieber has lately again with the MTV Music Video Award for Best Artist of the Year 2021. He greeted her with rumors about his ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez and her preceding infatuation, Chris Evans. Chris Evans, Captain America, is a fan of Selena on Instagram, which he discovered. Please inform us in the comments. Please do now no longer forget about to subscribe and flip on the notification bell to see our contemporary day updates. Thanks for